reach for my hand, I'll soar away into the dawn. Oh, I wish I could stay here and cherish thoughts in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays. Faint lights pass through colored glass in this beloved place. Silver shines, the world dines, a smile on each face. As joy surrounds, gun throw to bounds, and I can feel them breaking free. For just this moment lost in time, I am finally me. Yet still I hide behind this mask that I have become. My blackened heart, scorched by flames, a force I can't run from. I look to you like a red rose, seeking the sun, no matter where it goes. I long to stay where the light dwells, to guard against the cold that I know so well.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to part 16 of our Fire Emblem playthrough. I am your host, Timothy Harper, and today we are playing more of Fire Emblem Three Houses, as you're here watching this video, of course. Where were we? Oh yes, we found Dudu last part, so Dudu is back with us. That's awesome. We took over the bridge, and now we are at the Battle of the Eagle and the Lion. Something we saw 5 years ago. The War Part 2 begins. I guess Battle Part 2? Yeah, Battle Part 2. We're getting close to the end, guys. I say by Part 20 we should be done with this. It's going to be a sad, sad, sad fight. Not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it. But until then, we have things to explore. Actually, let me shut my thing. Finally, a good day outside. I wanted to,
Thank you for bringing me here. I've been given permission to take part in this next mission, too. I'll finally be able to avenge my brother. I swear, I'll take down that monster.
Yet another grand battle awaits. Many will lose their lives. I am well aware. This is war, after all. Even considering those we are up against. Friends from a time now past. I won't hold
No, you
back.
won't, Ingrid. No, you won't! You can't!
Catherine will surely be able to convince Count Karen. All that remains is to wait for a response from the Alliance side. For now, there are preparations to be made for the coming battle.
So true.
So, we're finally going to set foot in the Empire. I'm starting to get a little nervous. We already fought Ferdinand at the Great Bridge of Murden, but I guess there's a good chance we'll be fighting more old friends from here on out.
If we defeat the Imperial army at Gronder Field, what will our next objective be? I guess we won't have much choice but to try to take Fort Mercius, on the far side of Gronder Field. It's probably too soon for us to be thinking about that, isn't it? The battle just ahead of us is far from certain.
So true, Ash. So true.
Anyway...
Hey, you.
Hey, you!
Each time we press forward, our search for Rhea broadens to a wider area. I certainly hope we will find at least some clue. I do suspect I already know where she is. If I'm right, and she is in the Imperial capital, then we cannot save her until we topple the Empire.
Really?
My thanks.
I can finally kill her. Finally. I can avenge them. I can...
You have my sincerest gratitude. Circumstances and my wounds have prevented me from being by His Highness's side these 5 years. I am grateful that you have found him for me. I am once again in your debt.
What about you? Said Hedeman.
Well, when undertaking research, the usual method is to form a hypothesis, then test it with experiments. Those experiments reveal facts and falsehoods. Yet sometimes they also unveil an exception. You seem to be that exception when it comes to my crest research.
I'm sorry about that.
Worry not, Professor. Exceptions are what make my work interesting. Why don't the rules apply to you? I will find out eventually. I feel it is my destiny as a crest scholar.
Now, I'm not one to tell you about your job or anything like that, but,
Hey, I could use a hand.
but, like, I'm kind of a god. That would explain a lot of the issues, my friend. Felix, my buddy.
As powerful as our knights are, we're outnumbered by a long shot. This won't be easy. It's crazy to attempt this. I guess I'm crazy to go along with it.
Yep, I agree. We should be going through Fargus and taking back the capital and dismantling them piece by piece, but who am I?
What about... Say we do manage to take down Edelgard here. What do you think His Highness will do next? As long as there's a plan, I won't complain. I just, you know, want to know there is a plan. Yeah, I suppose that's the most likely plan, since we're traveling with the church and everything. I suppose we should focus on the battle right in front of us, instead of what happens later.
Uh-huh. So true.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Has it truly been 5 years since? Can you recall whether it was before or after I joined your class, Professor?
It was after.
I am glad you have not forgotten. It was shortly after I joined your class. I remember it like it was yesterday. No. Okay.
Dun 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 dun.
No.
Ba, ba, bum, ba, dun.
Professor, reconnaissance is becoming more of a risk the deeper we move into enemy territory. If I don't come back, assume I'm dead.
I think we'll get caught.
I'm glad you think so highly of me, but we have to be realistic. Don't waste your energy worrying about me.
I must have missed Annette and Manuela. Didn't think I'd miss them. Oh, look at this one.
What do you think? I hear the next battle could be a big one. Is that true? I miss the old days when if someone got hurt, we'd rush them to the infirmary and make them well. But on the battlefield, there's not enough time to help. People die. Professor, don't be one of those.
The thought of fighting people who were once our friends, it makes my heart heavy. If it was gonna come to this, maybe I should have avoided making friends with people from the Empire and the Alliance to begin with. I just don't know, Professor. I'm having a hard time with it. It did often seem strange to me at the Academy that we were studying with all these people from all over the world. But I feel like I've finally started to understand the real reason behind it. The more you get to know people from other places, the harder you'll try to avoid fighting wars with them. Okay.
Thanks. I'm glad I asked you.
Bam 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 bam.
Oh, it's you, Professor. Sorry, I was a little lost in thought there. About all that has happened and all that is to come. I'm sure the battles ahead will not be easy, but please take good care of His Highness.
Okay. So before we do our annual cooking,
What about...
we have some supports. Ooh, Felix.
Hey, wait.
What is it?
You defended me in battle. Why?
His Highness does not wish for our military strength to be depleted. The loss of your strength would be significant.
You are a colossal idiot. One slip up and you would have died. You think you would have been happy about that?
No, I do not.
Then why protect me? I thought you were his mindless weapon, his sword and shield.
I heard about your brother. He was a Dusker. He died to protect His Highness.
He did, but I don't see what that has to do with anything. Are you repaying some kind of debt? I hope you're not going to praise his death. I hear enough of that from my old man.
I will not praise it then. Instead, I will say I would have done the same in his position. Is it really so unnatural to put one's life on the line to protect a brother in arms?
To hear a rabid dog call me a brother in arms.
Your insults are merely an attempt to avoid addressing me as what I am. I am a man of Dusker, yet you were concerned for my life.
Concerned is a strong word. Your death would have been unpleasant, that's all.
Coming from you, that is enough.
What's that supposed to mean? I just meant... Never mind. Okay, go ahead, protect me. But if you act like a fool and get yourself killed, I'll kill you.
How can you kill me if I am already dead?
You know what I meant.
Aww. A little bit of friendship blossom in there. Ooh, Ingrid.
Dudu? Are you okay? You look unwell.
Ingrid, is my face frightening?
What? I mean, sort of? Or not exactly. I wouldn't use the word frightening. Aggressive, maybe? But it's really nothing to worry about. Why?
Did someone say something cruel?
I made a village child cry.
Oh, I see. Let me guess. You feel like you look frightening, so you walked around with a smile glued to your face.
How did you know?
I'm starting to understand how you think. The thing is, forced smiles never work well. They usually just end up making a person look creepy and insincere.
I see. Duly noted.
To be honest, when we first met, I was pretty intimidated by you. Not because of a smile, but a lack of any emotion whatsoever. And you so rarely spoke. I had no idea what to make of you.
Aw.
But that's only because I wasn't making an effort to get to know you, because you were from Dusker. As I started to get to know you, to understand your personality, I realized what a fool I'd been.
Personality.
You may come off intimidating, but underneath that cool exterior is a kind, loyal, and noble person. A really wonderful person. In a certain regard, you are one of the knightliest people I know.
Aww.
What is
Aw.
Wonderful person. This is the first time anyone has ever said a thing like that to me. It is rather awkward.
It's only awkward if you make it awkward. Which it kind of is, now. Ugh.
Well, let me know if you need anything.
Yes, of course. Same to you, Dedu.
Oh my god, that was so cute. Oh my god, I'm gonna start crying.
Do you need something? Let's hear it.
Oh, no, I don't need anything. I was just hoping to talk to you, Felix.
We're all
When I said you
preparing to
could be
die.
near me, I meant on the battlefield. You're pushing it a little too far. You better not start calling me Emil.
You know, I'm not just using you as a stand-in for my brother. I don't mean to upset you, but I've come to realize that you two don't have that much in common after all.
I don't understand. Why are you hanging around me if not to replace your brother?
It's not that I want to be near Emil, but I want to be
Hey,
near you.
no.
What?
How embarrassing. It must sound like I'm coming on
Come
to
on.
you. Regardless, you've made it clear that you don't want me around.
No. It's not that.
Good. Then I'll continue to spend
Miss
time at your
Ceres.
side.
What a perplexing
Agreed.
creature.
That's why
What's
we
that?
like her.
Did you say something? Never mind that. Why don't we go out for a nice cup of tea?
I can't think of a reason to refuse your invitation, so I suppose I
mine.
have to accept.
She's mine, Felix. Get your hands off her.
There you are, Ingrid.
Whoa, hi, Ash. You seem excited. What's that you're holding?
A book I found in town. I bought it for you.
From me? Ash, this looks very costly. Antique books like this are never cheap. Wow. The cover is stunning, and the binding is still in fantastic condition.
I drove a hard bargain. Still, I'll probably have to cut back on my spending for a while.
Why did you go to so much trouble?
It wasn't easy, but as soon as I came across this legend, I knew you had to read it too.
Well then, I will read it. Oh, the knight on the cover looks striking.
Fascinating, right? I was captivated from the moment I laid eyes on the cover.
There's an aura of stoicism intermingled with beauty, even amid a gruesome battle. Wait, looking closer at the face, this knight is a woman.
Yes, and she was a real historical figure. She was born into a noble family and bore a crest, but she was accepted into the king's service as a knight. She fought in many battles at her king's side, serving him all her life as his right hand. Oh, sorry, I've said too much. I didn't mean to spoil the story for you. I'm just so excited. I hope you enjoy it too.
Thank you for the encouragement, Ash. Living as a knight is certainly not an easy task. I know it will mean much pain, strife, and heartache. But I still want to pursue that dream. Talking to you has reminded me, I'm not the type who gives up easily.
That's the Ingrid I know.
So to start, I'm going to read this book.
Great! When you're finished and freshly inspired, we'll talk about becoming knights. Not the ones in stories either. The real thing.
I look forward to it, Ash.
Aww.
Good day to you, Seteth.
Persistent, aren't you? If this is about my crest...
No. I thought we might speak of something else for a change.
Is that so?
Indeed. I am quite fond of conversation. Even just for the sake of conversation. Just listen to an old man's worries, eh?
Very well. Go ahead.
Perhaps it's due to my age, but I've been troubled by lower back pain lately. Right now, I'm in the process of finding a good way to treat it.
Ah. If it is an ointment you're after, I think Manuela would know more than me.
An excellent suggestion. Yes, I'm sure she will be able to help me with the pain itself, but...
What are you trying to say?
Oh, nothing. I'm only lamenting the fact that I am getting old. It is a pastime I'm not sure I enjoy. Yet I can't help but notice time hasn't taken such a toll on you.
The signs of age may not write themselves plainly on my face, but I feel the strain of years as much as you.
Is that right? But then, that doesn't explain your sister.
You've been caught.
Your sister, Flame, was born around the time I came to the monastery from the Empire. Yes? In all that time, I never knew you to pay her a visit or to write her letters. Yet somehow, the two of you seem very close, like a family who has spent years together. Could this not suggest a different interpretation? Perhaps, like you, she has...
You will not pry into Flame's business. If you interrogate her, no. If you even so much as inquire where she has been or what she has done, I will never forgive you. Never. Investigate me all you wish. I will even cooperate if I must. But Flame...
Calm down, Seteth. I have no intentions of approaching Flame.
Do I have your word on that?
You have my word as a scholar and as a man. I do apologize for using your sister's name in that way.
Using her? What do you... that is low.
You promised me just now. Investigate me all you wish, you said. I will even cooperate, you said. Do you deny it? Those words were all I needed to hear. Now I have no cause to approach your sister.
It seems I have no choice. To think I have been played the fool by a man of your age.
I'll let that slight go, now that I have your cooperation.
Even with my cooperation, there is no guarantee you will reach the truth.
Oh, Seteth. Searching for the truth is what I do. And I will find it. I promise you that.
Then I suppose I will have to look forward to the day you prove your claims.
Interesting. Alright, so who needs support? Let's look what to do. Dimitri, Ash, Mercedes, Annette.
This is...
Let us...
Ash needs... Annette.
Let's look...
Oops. Alright, so Felix. What does he need? Dimitri, Annette. Sylvain.
That looks...
Yeah, you...
Ingrid. Dimitri. Seteth. Could be one.
I appreciate any good...
The flavor...
guess Flane and Manuela. Excuse me, guys.
This is... this.
This is...
Okay. I have 4 I can do, huh?
Sorry, I guess.
Dun 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 dun.
What do you think? I hear I'm... But on the...
The thought of...
I'm getting...
Say,
It's creepy.
Instruct manually. Who all needs their thing? 1 second. Let me pull up the thing I need. So Wayne still needs his bow a little higher.
I thought... Oh. Hey. Hey. Hey.
Such a thing as his axe and flying up.
That wasn't...
Hanneman needs Lance. Lance is good, which is good for him. He's writing.
Just... No... Just a...
Manuela.
Yours... what?
Yeah. Oh, do. I almost forgot.
I would...
This is make...
Double check all this, make sure he's good, Alright.
I have a question.
I just think about how even now someone out there is fighting with something I just can't seem to sit still even during my breaks. What should I do?
What a wonderful...
We will handle this together.
I am a little uneasy. Here is the result.
I understand more...
Technique never betrays.
I guess we could do a battle. Let's do some battles. Taking care... Taking care of business. Got some battles to win. Some battles to win. Some battles to lose. Some battles to triumph and win. La 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 la. Taking care of business. Bum ba-dum ba-dum. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum. Ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum. Bum ba-dum bum ba-dum ba-dum.
I am prepared. Weak.
Pathetic. I'll comply. All talk and no action.
I'd be honored. It's my duty. Without...
At your service. Let's keep our guard up. My
Ready when you are. You took me lightly.
I'll crush them all.
I'm your girl. You ready? Yeah! It had to be done.
My orders?
What's the plan? Is that it? What's my strategy?
I shall not stray.
Don't bother haunting me.
Too slow.
I was just stronger.
That's ineffective. I'll cut a path for His Highness.
Allow me to demonstrate!
Another victory.
Reassuring.
was the only way.
Your end has come! A tragic end.
Great work.
Pathetic. Weak.
A step forward.
Pathetic. Weak.
Luck wasn't with you.
Let's keep our guard up.
He had to attack me, didn't he?
Still here.
Dadu. Oh. Interesting.
Thank you so much. I have gratitude. Thanks so much. I am grateful.
I am prepared. Luck wasn't with you. The better.
What's my strategy?
I'd be honored.
I'll comply.
I'll destroy you!
See you in the eternal flames.
Strength
Very impressive.
at your service. I had to protect my friends.
Ready when you are.
I'll crush them all.
I'm your girl.
What's the plan? Burn until we meet again.
Wasted effort. My orders? Pathetic.
Oh, hello.
I must lead them well.
It was the only way.
that it?
I'm nobody's fool.
I keep...
More proof of my loyalty.
That's right to do.
The better.
Eventually, I too will fall. My...
There's no turning back now. I've got you! I must steel myself. Just like that.
I don't expect forgiveness.
Oh, let's go, Mercedes.
Where do I start? I won't hold back. Even I...
Your support is priceless.
You're a big help.
Always...
It's my duty.
I...
Too kind.
In the name of justice!
I owe you one. Is that it?
Oh.
I'll cut a path for His Highness. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, no, I want you. I want Felix.
Well,
I'll cut through. You fought well.
Felix leveled up.
at your service. Let's keep our guard up.
I'll crush them all.
What's the plan?
Gonna need you to move!
You knew the odds.
Nice form.
I'm your girl.
I am prepared.
Ready when you are. You took me lightly.
What's my strategy?
I'll comply.
Weak. Pathetic. Ineffective. Pathetic. There must be more I can...
Where do I start? Can't hold me back.
I could learn from you. One to remember.
I don't expect forgiveness.
More proof of my loyalty. A step.
What's next?
All talk and no action.
Here is something to believe in! This could turn the tides. There is...
You never let me down.
Oh.
A tragic end. My work. I must.
Hit back!
I am prepared.
Ineffective. Weak.
I'll cut through. It was meant to be.
I'll crush them all. All for Lady Rhea.
I'm your girl. You ready?
Can't afford to lose.
Impressive.
They do. Interesting. I know I put him as the MVP, but I can't argue with the game.
I would like. Oh. I still have to.
You're good.
This will...
Yes. Yes!
That... Ah.
I'm sorry.
Begin training!
Professor.
How did Gilbert and Dudu do on their horse training? Well, chores, I guess is the best word to describe it.
I will
Good.
Still a long way to go.
Aha! I've learned a thing or two from...
Good.
Thank you very much.
That's just a lot of supports. Dudu and Mercedes.
Oh, Dudu! Are you praying to the goddess of Fodlan? That seems odd. Won't the Dusker gods be upset if they hear you praying to another land's deity?
The Fodlan goddess was recognized in Dusker, too. The deities of foreigners are seen as the protectors of their respective lands. It has been said that we would offer our prayers to her in times of war.
Huh. So the goddess is part of a pantheon. I guess that's one way to interpret it. Anyway, what are you praying for?
For peace to come even one day sooner.
That's a lovely prayer. I was just thinking about praying for that myself.
I see.
Hey, Dudu, what are your plans for yourself once this war is finally over?
To serve His Highness for the rest of my days.
I thought you might say that.
And you?
That's a good question. I was thinking about traveling to Dusker.
To Dusker? There is nothing of interest left there.
Isn't it where you were born? And isn't it where your wonderful food and stories come from? I think those are reasons enough to visit at least once.
Mercedes, if you will allow it, I would like to accompany you. His Highness would surely grant me leave to go.
You really think so? Then I hope the war ends as soon as possible.
As do I.
We're going to have to shower the goddess with prayers. We'll pray that she watches over and protects us while we work to end this war. Then, when it's finally finished, we can travel.
That promises to be interesting. We should pray to the Dusker gods as well.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea. Which of the Dusker gods should we pray to?
For victory, we pray to the god of war. Or just the god of war.
Come on, what were you going to say? Oh, I know. It's the god of travel, right?
Let us leave it at that.
I knew I was right. You taught me so much about your gods. So let's pray. For the end of the war, and for our safe travels to Dusker.
Ooh, Mr. Gilbert.
Ah, hello. Dudu, yes?
Finished praying?
I am, yes. You have grown much since I saw you last. You're a man now.
You barely know me.
True. I suppose we did only meet a handful of times.
As haggard as you look now, you were even worse when I last saw you in the capital.
Haggard, eh? True enough.
Still weighed down by the same regret, I see.
I was unable to protect the king. That is the ultimate failure. One I must atone for.
If you have the spare time to beg forgiveness, then pick up a lance and train.
That would do nothing to atone for the dead.
Your prayers are mere self-indulgence.
You do not understand.
No, I do not. Fargus needed you. His Highness needed you.
There was no other choice but for me to leave. What would you have done if you were in my place? If His Highness had died due to your failures?
If he commanded me to live, then I would live. Otherwise, I would die with him. I have nothing left to lose other than His Highness. Home, Family. All but that man. I have already lost. You were a knight in service to the king for decades. Not only did you excel in bravery, wisdom, and tactics, but in matters of character, you were an ideal knight. Utterly above reproach. That is what His Highness has always said. I have only come this far by modeling my conduct after his stories of you. But now...
Forget those words spoken by His Highness. I am no different a man than I was before, beaten down by sin. Alone and weak. I am lost and irredeemable.
Aww.
Sylvain!
Hey, Felix. I'm glad you're safe.
You irresponsible fool! Protecting me like that? You're so weak and yet you always...
Look, it doesn't matter. As long as you're safe. You can go on living, while I...
Stop kidding around! You're not going to die. I won't let you!
Nah, I won't die on you, I promise. You think something like this could kill me? No way. A little magic will take care of the wound. Some bed rest, then I'm good to go out and do it all over again.
Sylvain?
Oh, come on, that was funny. It's not like you to be so concerned.
I thought something was off. There's no way you could die from such a small cut. You're so reckless and inattentive. I thought this might be divine punishment.
Hey, that's not nice. You should be thanking me.
I am grateful. You've been doing this since we were children. Constantly fooling around, but then showing up and helping when we really need you. I'll admit, seeing that smile on your face, I almost want to give you a hug.
Aww.
A hug? Did you get hit on the head? Come on. Tell me you want to hug me again. I liked it.
I won't be repeating it, you halfwit. You're obviously fine, so I'll leave now.
You know how we grew up together?
Obviously.
Do you remember the promise we made when we were kids? About sticking together until we die together?
I remember.
Well, I'm really not trying to get myself killed before you. You know that, right?
I know. But I'm tired of these close calls. You have to stop fooling around. Take your training more seriously. You can die whenever you please, but I'm not going down with you.
Okay, I get it. Once I've healed, I'll get my act together.
Then I hope you have a speedy recovery. Sylvain, thank you.
That's what friends are for, Felix.
Sedith, do you have a moment?
Certainly. Have you arrived at a decision about what you would like your future to be?
I think so. I was hoping I might ask for your opinion on the subject.
I am flattered. Please proceed.
I want to serve as a knight and protect my homeland. I know this through and through. It has been my truth for as long as I can remember. However, I feel I should choose a path that would benefit my father. I was raised by him in a happy home, never wanting for anything, despite my family's meager finances. I owe it to him to choose a path he'd approve of.
If that is the decision you have reached after such careful deliberation, then I have no objections. But may I ask you something?
Please, go ahead.
Have you actually had a conversation with your father about this?
I have not. There hasn't been time to pay him a visit. He did permit me to join this war, but I was brash about my departure. I left forcibly.
In that case, it is all the more important that you speak to him.
Perhaps. My father is an obstinate man. At this point, I'm not sure he'd care to hear what I have to say.
I do not know the man well, so perhaps it is not my place to judge. However, I do know what it's like to fret constantly over one's family. If he is as doting a father as you say, then he will want to know how you truly feel. I do not think he will refuse your wishes if you share them with him honestly. Of course, if your decision remains the same after speaking with him, then so be it.
Sedith, thank you. You're right. I should talk to him. I've spent so much time thinking about how stubborn he is. that I've neglected to acknowledge my own part in all this. Rather than blaming him, I need to recognize how stubborn I myself have been. Maybe if I open up and allow for vulnerability, he will too.
That is the way. Hold your head up high and stride forward into the unknown.
I will, and I will keep your words close to my heart. Thank you for everything, Seta.
Hello, Professor Manuela. I wish you to know that I have heard ever so much about your talents.
Whatever are you talking about, Flame?
Singing! Why, you are wonderfully skilled at it, are you not? Why, I have even overheard people saying your voice is akin to the singing of a goddess.
It makes me happy to hear. But who told you that?
Oh, the students are always speaking of it. Which got me to thinking, I may be the only person in all of the Academy who's never heard your beautiful voice in song. So, I was wondering, Manuela, might you sing a little something for me?
Your request is touching, but I can't perform on such short notice. My voice is an instrument and requires proper gentle care. However, the stories are true. I was once the leader of the Middle Franc troupe, but that was a long time ago.
Middle Franc? What do those words mean precisely?
You've never heard of the Middle Franc troupe? Before the war, it was the single most popular opera company in the imperial capital. I used to sing on stage with them. I was the star, in fact.
Oh, wow. In all of Enbar? They must not have been around when I was living there.
You used to live in Enbar?
Indeed. Although I was quite a bit younger at the time. It is where I was born, as a matter of fact.
Oh, well, you must have been too young to hear about us.
Yes, that could be. And what precisely is the function of an opera troupe?
You don't know what an opera troupe is? Well, it's a group of performers like myself who act out stories on stage in front of a big audience. Stories with lots of singing.
I understand now. I certainly have experience in the fine art of storytelling. There is often singing as a part of story time for the children at the monastery.
That is darling, Flame. But I'm not sure it's quite the same thing as an opera. You see, operas are performed in grand theaters with orchestral accompaniment. Everyone attending wears their finest. It is a very special occasion.
Theaters, they're called? You mean to say that there are buildings exclusively used for telling stories?
You've never even heard of a theater? You're an intelligent girl, Flame, and the world is full of wonders. You have a lot left
A lot's
to
an
discover.
understatement, Manuela. Time to teach this girl.
Thank you.
Right. Hey, you. Professor. Hello. Okay.
Who did you need? Ash, Annette, Sebastian. Of course.
This.
Okay, who's Felix need? Annette.
Eating alone.
That.
Obviously they need Ingrid. Bum 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 banum.
Yeah.
This isn't.
Who's Shamir need? Who's Catherine need? Setith. Ash.
Eating food off the flavor.
This is. I.
This is my...
This.
Do I have S rank with everybody? Actually, I don't even know. I'm gonna accept Gilbert and Flame.
So, we already. I guess it's.
What do you think? I hear I'm it on the back.
Bum, 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 bum.
Professor!
Get me out. There we go.
It was short.
Oh, how I just love to clean the library room.
just takes a flash of light, and then it all goes boom. A flash and then a big boom.
If you blow up the library, where will we put the books?
A flash and then a big ah! What are you doing here, Felix?
I heard singing.
You were watching me again, weren't you?
Well, your skill is impressive, I'll admit. A different song? Like what?
Any of them. The box song, or maybe the dungeon song?
Now those sound interesting.
No, they're just regular songs. Forget it. While you're here, can you help me clean up? I need the books on that shelf up there, but I can't reach them.
Oh, sure, no problem. What? You're not going to sing anymore?
No way! It's too embarrassing. And that song isn't even finished anyway.
Ah, that's too bad. I wanted to hear what happened after the library was blown away.
Hey, don't look at me like that. Okay, fine. If you insist, I'll sing just a bit more. Oh, how I just love to clean
the library room. Just takes a flash of light, and then it all goes boom.
A flash and then a big boom. Suddenly the deed is done. My, what a great job I did. Who says cleaning isn't fun?
Huh. That doesn't really explain what happened with the library. Maybe they'll build a new one?
Oh, this is so embarrassing.
Alright, we're gonna train everybody one last time. I should have bought masters. Ah well. To-do.
No. I have deepened my understanding. I...
Thank you. You're...
That would...
I suppose. What now? Let's.
You're.
That? Natural. Let's... Now. That was enlightening.
I thought... All right. Hey. Hey.
Here is the result.
Good. I'm happy with that.
I understand. It seems my proficiency has improved.
I always was a quick study.
is at an 87, so I could do one. So one. Two. Three. Two masters, one advance. I just want to buy the stuff. And I'll see if I can't get more supports. Close to home.
Welcome!
What to do?
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
One.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Come back soon.
Welcome. This one? Thank you. Please come again.
Yeah, weapon. Oh, anyway.
What do you require? Farewell.
Hello there. Return soon, please.
Hey, welcome. You have a good eye. You have a good eye. A pleasure doing business with you. You have a good eye. Come again.
Who needs Ash and a net?
This look.
My brother, you...
This.
Where's Catherine? Seteth?
The flavor. Eating food.
This.
I appreciate.
Yeah.
This.
This is my absolute favorite. How did you know, Professor?
I like seeing a table full of my...
Actually, it was short.
I'm getting...
Who else do I need to support with?
So, I guess it...
What do you think?
The thought of...
Alright.
There's quite a bit of fog settling in. We won't be able to advance our troops very far in this.
We won't be able to move at all until the fog lifts. No matter which path we take, we'll have to be patient and wait it out. Gilbert? No? Gustav. I would like to take this opportunity to speak with you about something. It's about the tragedy of Dusker. There's something about it I just can't wrap my head around.
I'm listening.
I lost a son in Dusker that day. I exhausted every last resource I had to investigate what took place there. I was startled to find that there wasn't a single shred of evidence to suggest that Lady Patricia's carriage had been attacked.
Go on.
Apart from His Highness, whose injuries left him on the verge of death, everyone else present at the time was slaughtered. Of all the victims, only the corpse of Lady Patricia, His Majesty's second wife, was never found. Isn't that right?
Surely that means she was abducted. There was no evidence of an attack, suggesting they threatened her, but did not kill her.
But what reason would they have to take her? Would it not have been better to kill her?
Perhaps she had some value as a diplomatic pawn.
Nonsense. In the many years since that day, has Lady Patricia ever been used thus?
No, not as far as I know. Then perhaps she was used for some political gain within the Empire.
Now that her daughter is the Emperor, what reason would she have to keep hiding her existence?
It is possible she passed away after returning to the Empire.
Gustav, I know this is hard for you to hear, but just consider what it would mean if Lady Patricia was involved with that incident.
Silence, Rodrigue. I will not allow you to tarnish her memory like that.
I do not mean to imply that she arranged His Majesty's murder or anything of the like. But Gustav, I cannot shake the feeling that the tragedy was part of a much larger conspiracy. There is more to it than we know. That much is certain.
Rodrigue! Gilbert! Please hurry!
Uh-oh.
To kill like this is inhuman.
This is one of the knights we dispatched to the leader of the Alliance. Tell me everything you know.
Sir, a soldier on patrol came across this knight a short while ago, in a rocky area not far from here. Someone from the Alliance must have disposed of the body there.
Is this how the Alliance chose to inform us that they have no intention of joining our cause?
Maybe it was the Empire.
Yes. I would not hesitate to believe them capable of this.
Whatever the truth is, the other knights we dispatched are in serious danger. It's best to assume that joining with the Alliance is out of the question now.
Even with Count Karen's support, this makes our situation grim.
I never expected the Alliance to help us. Anyone who stands in my way will be crushed beneath my feet.
It is time, dear brother.
Certifications! Come on, do me good! No, Dudu! Why'd you fail?
I failed.
Alright. Ash, can you do better? No. I mean, Sylvain, I'm supposed to give you that. I was like, oh, no. Seteth, can you do better for me? Thank you. Come on, Gilbert. Yeah.
Too easy.
Alright. Let's go. War at Granda. The war at Granda. Oh, whoops. My bad, ladies and gentlemen. My bad. Here we go.
The Kingdom Army departs from the Great Bridge of Murden and marches south toward Enbar, the Imperial capital. Meanwhile, the Alliance Army follows from behind to invade Imperial territory, and the Empire has dispatched forces from Fort Merceus to intercept them. The curtain is rising on a conflict between the three armies, which will come to be known as the Battle at Gronder, held on the same plains that witnessed the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
Oh, here we go. The war has begun.
Well, is that the... Thanks a bunch. Is that... Thanks a bunch. Is... Thanks a bunch. Come back.
All right, let's fight.
Know that I will tear your heads from your shoulders. The dead must have their tribute.
As big class reunions go, this one's gotta be the worst in history.
Years ago, we fought here as classmates. But not today.
Kill every last one of them!
And so we fight on.
You have finally appeared, Edelgard. Now, you are mine!
The Kingdom Army doesn't look too interested in joining forces with us. Let's take a moment to see how this all unfolds.
It would not be advantageous to take on both at once. We must stop the Kingdom and the Alliance from joining forces. I will create such chaotic warfare that they won't be able to tell who is friend and who is foe.
At your service.
I am prepared.
I'd be honored.
I'll comply. Eventually, I too will fall.
What's my strategy?
Ready when you are.
What's the plan?
I'm your girl.
crush them all.
I'll cut through.
Mounted units, advance!
Stay back! Stay back or I'll shoot!
Ah, Ned! I don't want to hurt you, but I will if I must.
I'll destroy you! See you in the eternal flames.
Is that it? Don't bother haunting me.
I'll end this quickly!
You took me lightly.
Not bad at all.
I don't expect forgiveness.
Allow me to demonstrate! All is going to plan. I'm getting...
A threat eliminated.
Age.
Don't struggle!
Goodbye, Bernadetta.
I wish I could have at least died at home. Not in this big, stupid field.
Bernadetta, thank you. I'll make sure your life was not lost in vain.
They're abandoning the central position to attack us. How leisurely.
The center is in danger of being taken. We must be running to protect it.
You're interfering with the plan. Looks like I'll just have to get rid of you.
Too slow.
Goodbye, Hubert. Shouldn't have attacked me.
Fighting on will endanger my life. Your Majesty, I must withdraw.
We still have some troops left. Petra, head over there with reinforcements.
It all comes down to this.
My duty is your death. I'm final.
Here is something to believe in!
I must lead them well. Another victory.
The Empire and Kingdom are mixed up in this battle. It's a struggle to target the right one. Such are the rules of melee. We'll just have to crush anyone who isn't an ally.
Great. I may not have a crest, but I'll give it my all. I am not going to hold back. I can't let down my dear old Claude.
I must pull through. Thank you. What's my strategy?
For Adrestia and for Brigid, I will be defeating all of you.
Now's our chance.
I can't be fighting anymore. I must be retreating now.
Don't worry. You must live on to lead your people. Those fools who went up the hill will pay with their lives in the crimson flames. Those fools who went up the hill will pay with their lives. Close one.
I won't back down.
What's next? I keep it.
I must lead them well.
Allow me to demonstrate!
There's no turning back now.
I'll cut a path for His Highness.
Much needed.
It's my duty.
shall not stray. I will destroy both the kingdom and the alliance. Now, with one fell swoop. Won't hold back.
So you're actually alive, Teach. It's a shame you aren't on our side. Anyway, isn't the Empire your enemy? Us fighting seems like a waste.
Then why are you attacking me?
I fight.
Wasted effort.
I feel weak. I must.
Oh! Oh, Mercedes!
Calm down. Move, Claude. It doesn't matter what I'm saying, does it? You aren't even listening. Stab your chest, break your neck, smash your head. I will allow you to choose your own death.
I'm not interested in methods of dying. All that matters is when death takes place, not how. And I have no intention of dying today.
I'm sure all of the people you've slaughtered so far thought the same.
I lost. Just as expected, you aren't making my path an easy one. I must retreat for now. We'll meet again on the battlefield.
Impressive.
God. I can't afford to die here. I have to retreat. So, you think you can escape Edelgard?
Your Highness! You're alive. We have to retreat to the Great Bridge of Murden.
That woman. We failed to capture her. I will keep pursuing. The rest of you, keep fighting!
I'm so sorry, but we can't do that. I understand how you feel, but the Imperial Army is closing in.
I'll kill all of them. No matter how many hundreds or thousands of them there are!
You! What are you doing here? It's too dangerous. Fall back, now! Your Highness! You are...
Have I caught you off guard, Your Highness? Aww, does it hurt? I bet it hurts real bad, doesn't it? But it's nothing compared to what my brother felt. You will never be forgiven, you know. I will never forgive you.
You must be...
You filthy monster. It's time to die!
Dimitri! Professor! Do it now!
Brother, help me.
Rodrigue! Your Highness, are you safe? Please tell me it wasn't in vain.
His punishment, it was mine to bear.
There.
No, don't die. Please don't die. Father, stepmother, Glenn, they all died and left me behind. Rodrigue, are you to join the ghosts who shadow my every move? This is my fault. I'm the one who killed you, as surely as though I had wielded the blade.
Your Highness, you have one thing terribly wrong. None of them, none of us, died for you. I'm dying for what I believe in, just as they did. Your life is your own. It belongs to no other, living or dead. Live for what you believe in. Dimitri, my boy, you really do look just like His Majesty. What are you saying, Lambert?
I am heading to Dusker, and before you start, nothing you could say would change my mind. You worry too much, my friend. So far, relations with Dusker have been going smoothly, wouldn't you say? You, of all people, should appreciate how critical these negotiations are.
Of course I do, but for the king himself to make the journey, you must admit that it's dangerous. And His Highness is still so young. If the worst should happen...
Even if the worst should happen, he would be okay. He's a smart boy, Rodrigue. Even if he should lose his father, I have no doubt that he will grow to be a good and respectable man.
Lambert.
However, if he ever starts down the wrong path, and I am not here to set him straight, I am trusting you to do so in my stead, old friend. Promise me.
Lambert, my promise. I...
What do you want?
Where are you going?
It doesn't concern you.
It does.
Get out of my way. No.
You're going to Enbar, aren't you? Do you really think that would appease the dead?
Silence! You have no idea what you're talking about. Death is the end. No matter how much lingering regret a person has, after death, they are powerless. They cannot even wish for revenge, much less seek it out. Hatred, regret. Those burdens fall on the shoulders of those who are left behind. And so I must continue down this path. I already told you as much. It is far too late to stop.
You're wrong.
Do not waste your breath with some nonsense about how I should move on with my life for their sake. That is merely the logic of the living. It's meaningless. Those who died with lingering regret, They will not loose their hold on me so easily. But you seem to have all the answers. So tell me, Professor. Please tell me, how do I silence their desperate pleas? How do I save them? Ever since that day 9 years ago, I have lived only to avenge the fallen. Even my time at the Officers' Academy was also that I could secure my revenge and clear away the regret of the dead. It was the only thing that kept me alive. My only reason to keep moving forward.
You suffered, but you must forgive yourself.
But then who or what should I live for?
Live for what you believe in.
What I believe in? Rodrigue said the same thing. But is it possible? I am a murderous monster. My hands are stained red. Could one such as I truly hope for such a life? As the sole survivor of that day, do I have the right to live for myself? Your hands are so warm. Have they always been?
Part 2. Azure Moon. Harpstring Moon. The King's Triumphant Return. Following the death of Rodrigue, Dimitri begins to question his desire for revenge. His troubled mind turns to the kingdom capital and how he might end the chaos plaguing Fargus once and for all.
Yes! We're going back to Fargus to stop it all!
Our victory at Gronder was certainly a turning point for us. However, Rodrigue's death has been difficult to bear. We've lost considerable military strength and resources.
Is there no lords we can rely on?
Unfortunately, with things as they are now, I don't think House Gautier has any resources to spare.
I'm sorry. I really wish we could help. If only House Galatea had anything to give.
If we split up the soldiers currently defending the monastery, we should have sufficient numbers to invade the Empire. But even then...
Your Highness, you should be resting. Your wounds are still healing.
I am well, I assure you. More importantly, may I have a moment of your time? Thank you. I wish to apologize to all of you. I have led you down this dark path with me, and have caused so much suffering along the way. I cannot tell you how sorry I am for my behavior. There is no apology I could offer that would be sufficient.
And how do you intend to make up for my father's death?
Felix, I realize words alone are not enough to repent, but I fear they are all I have.
I'm not after more empty words. I want you to speak through your actions.
I know that no amount of regret can ever bring back the lives we have lost. I know that well. It is like patching up a tear with a different material. Things can never be as they were. The best I can hope for is to make things whole again. I wish to do the right thing from now on. That is why I have made a decision. I intend to take back the kingdom capital. I wish to save our people, those who I turned my back on for far too long, to follow my heart and do the right thing. That is the only way I can atone for my sins.
Your Highness, if we can win back Ferdiad, it will give us the advantage in our war against the Empire. As one who has served the royal family for ages, know that your words bring me great joy and pride. That said, I must point out that if we make for Ferdiad, the Emperor's head will slip further out of reach. Can you live with that?
I still hold hatred in my heart for her, and for the ones responsible for the tragedy. That I will carry with me until death. But my life is my own. It belongs to no one else, and it is high time that I started living for what I believe in. I will no longer allow the voices of the dead to bind me. This is something that I must do. No. Something that I am choosing to do. I will accomplish my aim, even if it means risking my life to do so.
Understood, Your Highness. So, any objections?
None.
You are correct. We cannot afford to die in vain by recklessly challenging the Empire.
I'm worried about Lady Rhea. But if this is the choice you've made, I support it.
I am at your command, Your Highness. I will follow you anywhere.
My sword is at your service, Your Highness.
I'll help too. The people in Ferdiad need us.
Fine, I'll help you, in my father's stead. But in return, you must win. You know that, don't you, Dimitri?
I do. And I swear on my father's lance that we will prevail.
Then it is decided. It seems this war council has much to discuss. Our next stop is Ferdiad, the kingdom capital, for the future of Fargus.
Till next time, guys. We are taking back the capital. Should be lots of exciting times. Tune in next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to see how we are going to go about taking back the capital of Fargus. And who do we have to kill to get there? Catch you there, guys. Bye!